Once upon a time, there was a kingdom called Ile Omi. It was a very beautiful kingdom surrounded by water. The people of Ile Omi were mainly fishermen because the water was home to many species of fishes. The kingdom could be described as an island because of how beautiful and serene the environment was. The people of Ile Omi worshipped the great Yemoja, who was the queen of the mermaids. She, in turn, blessed the land with abundance and great wealth. At the time, there was no king nor ruler in the land of Ile Omi. The people only paid homage to Yemoja. They couldn't make any decisions without her, and soon it was tiring for her. She needed to focus on the water, so she decided to appoint a king for the land who would report to her and also oversee the day-to-day activities of the people, as well as making wise rulings where the need arises. Who was worthy enough to take on this responsibility? She thought hard. She needed someone with a kind soul, one who would put the needs of others first before theirs, someone who is humble and pure. Where would she find this person? She wondered. And then she came up with an idea. The next morning, at the market square, an incessant cry could be heard. When the people got closer to where the sound was from, they discovered it was a strange baby with blue eyes. No one knew whose child it was. They asked one another, but no claim was made to the child. They, however, ignored the baby and went on with their buying and selling. The baby remained in that spot for 3 days, and no one even picked her up. They asked Yemoja for answers, but she was silent. Luck smiled upon Aduni, a poor widow, when her eldest child picked up a coin from the floor. After cautioning her on the dangers of picking things from the floor, she gladly took the money and thanked Yemoja for the gift. Then she went to the market to purchase fish she would resell, so that the family would have something to eat. Then she saw the strange baby. Without thinking twice, she picked her up and rocked her till she stopped crying. Then she took the baby home, ignoring the weird stares she got from the people. The baby was so beautiful, she thought, and showed them to her children. The elders asked how they would be able to care for the child since they had little to feed themselves. But Adoni told her Yemoja would provide for them. She quickly bathed and fed the baby with the little they had, as she thought hard on what to call the child. At night, while she slept, Yemoja visited her and put a name in her heart for the child. When they woke up, she called her children and told them she had a name for the child. She was to be called Omi, which meant water. When the elders went to the kitchen to pick up a water pot to go fetch water, she screamed aloud. When Adumi and the rest of the children joined her, they all screamed. Different types of food graced their kitchen. It was all stocked up. They were in shock. However, they danced happily for the gift and were grateful they had more than enough to eat. And so, every day, Yemoja gave them gifts of gold, money, food, and everything good, that soon Aduni and her family were no longer poor. The news was all over the village that Aduni, the poorest widow in the land, was now a wealthy woman. Some blessed Yemoja for her, while others were jealous and bitter. Amongst the jealous was Wumi, one of the wealthiest women in the village. She wanted to know the source of Aduni's newfound wealth. She had a suspicion that it was the strange child that brought her good luck, and so she planned to kidnap the child. Aduni wept like a baby on discovering the disappearance of Omi. She and her children had grown to love her like she was part of them, and so they searched tirelessly for her. Yemoja looked on from where she was and was amazed at the wickedness of man. In just a day, Wumi lost all she had. She became as poor as a church rat. Things became so bad for her to the point of begging to eat. She thought the strange child would bring her more wealth and power, but she thought wrong. On the second day, she contracted a very strange disease that had no cure, which made her bedridden. Then on the third day, strange and invisible hands whipped her body over. They flogged her till her skin peeled. So she had no option but to run out of the house with Omi in her hands, screaming like a crazy person, as she confessed to stealing the child from Aduni because she was jealous. The whole village gathered while she confessed. Aduni collected her child back from her and was happy again. Then Yemoja appeared to the people in her grace. She narrated the whole story of how she tested the people and how they all failed woefully. Then she commended Aduni for being a kind soul. Just then, Omi left her hands and turned into a full-grown mermaid, to the shock of everyone. Yemoja crowned Aduni Queen of Ile Omi. Our story changed from a sad one to one with a happy ending. The crown stayed in our lineage from generation to generation. It was a great lesson learned by the people of Ile Omi. Aduni's reign was blessed by Yemoja, and the people lived in peace and abundance. The end. Thank you for watching.